Welcome everyone. We are at Real Talk Studio again, and I have my friend and specialist at 1031 Exchange, Brandon Burns. Thanks for coming, Brandon.
It's a pleasure to be here, Sarah. Thanks for having me.
We had a conversation before about what 1031 Exchange is, but my main question today is that how good landlords in San Diego County are being heard by their good heart. What's happening?
It's really true, and it's unfortunate, right? As a landlord, if you have a good tenant in a great property, it's often kind of hard to go to them and say, hey, the value of this property's gone up by 20% last year, or maybe in the last 4 or 5 years since we raised your rent, the value of this property has gone up 50% or even doubled. And so a lot of times today, landlords have good tenants that are paying significantly under market rent. So for example, I have a friend who lives in Escondido, and she told me, she said, hey, I have this really great tenant that I love. And not only are they a great tenant, and not only do they pay the rent on time, but sometimes they pay their $1,500 rent early.
$1,500?
$1,500.
Where? You can't get a studio right now. Wow.
Right, for a 4-bedroom house in Escondido. And so I told her, I said, well, that's no wonder they pay early, right? No wonder they're such a great tenant. And she said, also, something I'm kind of struggling with is they've asked me to replace the windows, and I got a quote, and it was $45,000.
That's a lot, yeah.
So same tenant, she's had them there since she bought the property in 2013. Her property value has doubled, and $1,500 was a good rent in Escondido in 2013, but that's not market today, right? So I told her, here's what you should do. You should sell your property. You literally could buy a property on the same exact street, but let's find you a property where your tenant is paying market rent, which is closer to $4,000 or $5,000 for a 4-bedroom house today, right? And not only are you going to double or triple your rental payments, but also you're going to avoid having to replace the windows, and you're going to avoid having that $45,000 cost. I mean, think how long that would take for her to recoup that from those rents.
Exactly.
I mean, that's over a year. That's almost 2 years worth of income that she's just going to have to swallow. And using Section 1031 of the tax code, she can sell that property, buy a very similar property, increase her rents, and not pay any taxes. So
that's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. And she told me, she's like, yeah, my son, I really want to send him to a little bit of a better school, and I'm not sure I have the money for that. So why don't you just sell your property, use a 1031 exchange, pay no taxes, and now with that increased revenue, take your son on vacations, use it to pay for better education.
Exactly.
Whatever it takes, and it can be so empowering to have a few extra $1,000s a month.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much. You're a world of knowledge all the time with good information. Thank you for coming to our show.
It's a pleasure to be here.